sorry it's so dusty.
It's okay.
Okay, you plug it in, and this right here is how it's been a while.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Okay. This you can take out and wash.
Okay.
Okay, see how this little thing up here, there's a place underneath here where there's a little hole where this will fit.
Okay.
And you don't want to start tightening it up till you get it in the right place. And then when you get that on there, you lift this up. Okay. And then you want to make sure that that and the hole are together. That part's a little tricky. Okay, I think I'm close. Okay, and then the hole has to line up, and you find that out by going like this.
You're right.
You just sort of shift around into there. There we go, I found it. Okay, now, this part here is already locked up, and this is what holds it in, okay? See, these little ledges here, it's a little square thing, and it's got a lip on it that holds this.
Yes.
So you want to lift it up enough to get it in there, and once you've got that lip locked in, now what's this? I don't know if it goes, if that's, yeah, that keeps it from going anywhere. Okay, then you screw it in until it tightens. Okay, now that'll hold it tight so that when the thing starts spinning, the dough hook will spin, this stays stationary. Okay? So once you get it plugged in, and it's got a 3-prong, so it's got to be a grounded plug. Then you can add your liquid ingredients here and begin filling this with the wheat. And you only want to come up to about here. You don't want to overload it. And I find that, oh, and this is your adjustment right here. This will turn it on after it's plugged in. This will turn it on, but then the grinder, and it's loud, very noisy.
Okay.
When you're ready to stop it, you just do this.
Okay.
And then there's a little, I think that little thing right there, you just adjust it. See, there's 2 little gadgets there. You
Is that
have
the
to
speed?
listen. Yeah, you have to listen to it.
Okay.
You don't want it so tight that it's grinding together, where it's rubbing each other. And you want it down until you can hear it, like it starts moving. And there's a place where you can hear it's comfortably grinding. And just check how the flour's doing, you know, if it's the right texture and everything. Then after you get enough flour, you're going to have to take a scraper and get this all out.
Yeah.
Sorry it's not as clean as it could be. And this will, you'll get some flour in your face, so just don't stand up.
Okay.
I usually use a chopstick.
Oh, you do?
Right here.
Just
Because
to
if
look in?
No, just to poke it down.
Okay, okay.
You're not going to have me turn it on, are you?
Let her know.
All right. Okay. Now, I don't have any wheat. I sent the wheat all up. But you'll hear it. Okay. Okay?
Does it stay open like that?
Yeah, that's as far as it goes in. The handle that was originally on this broke off, so she put a piece of board there.
Okay.
When it's got the wheat and stuff, it'll start going down, and you just kind of go like this to make sure it stays moving. You don't have to do it continually, but you'll get comfortable. Now listen very carefully. You don't want to hear that sound.
Okay.
When you hear that sound, back off.
Okay.
Okay? And sometimes so much wheat will get in there that, or it'll be so less that it'll get tight like that. And when you hear that, you you just back off to the left.
Okay.
Counterclockwise.
Okay.
Tightening is getting the stones closer together so it's finer flour. But you don't want to get them so close that they grind each other. Okay, because that'll burn the motor out. So I'll let you hear it one more time. Once you hear that, you back off. But that's how you adjust it.
Okay.
And as long as it's moving, then you don't need to worry about it. It's moving and it seems like the flour is the right texture. You don't have to worry about it. But when it starts getting down low, it sometimes makes that noise. So then you just back off. That's all you have to do. Okay? And you just push it in.
Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
And then you lift this and take a knife
Mm-hmm.
and go down the sides and get, the excess flour off, because it will be so moist
Yeah.
that it'll like glue itself to the sides, if it's left on there too long.
Is that the flour that you put in yourself, like for this area? Or is that what it just makes?
This is what it makes.
Okay.
Yeah, once it gets, you don't put flour in, but you put the grain, the actual whole grain.
Uh-huh.
And the whole grain red wheat is winter wheat, and that's the best to use.
Whole
then-
grain red wheat.
Uh-huh.
At Sprouts, Trader Joe's?
Probably. If there's still any market for wholesale, you might, if you know other people that bake bread,
Yeah.
call somebody at the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Yeah, I know. I know. Where do you get your stuff?
But there's a Jaffe Brothers, which has wholesale grains and nuts and all kinds of stuff. It's out in Valley Center.
Okay.
But it used to be there. I haven't, for some reason, when I tried to reach them online, it wasn't there anymore or
Okay.
something. So I don't know. They might have moved. But they have really quality stuff and pretty reasonable prices. So you just want to remember that this, you put the liquid in first. You have liquid, honey, salt, and then when the first load is done, if you turn it, you can pull it open and start putting it in there. And but measure.
And this will still be going.
Yeah, this will still be
mixing.
going as long as this is open.
Yeah.
When this is out, that'll still be going.
Okay.
And then you can, once you got your first bunch of flour in there and it's still going, then you can start putting more wheat in here or a different grain, whatever you're going to do, and it'll still keep going. When you have enough wheat and you've finished with the recipe, then this side here, this along with the dough itself, will start picking up the wet dough off the side of this thing,
Okay.
the bowl.
Yep.
So when that's done, that tells you, okay, it's moist enough, it's got enough flour in it. It's different when you're making whole grain bread. It's much different moisture-wise. It's got a lot, it needs to have less flour.
Less flour.
Yeah, because it's got more gluten in it, and it doesn't, with white bread, you're adding lots and lots of flour, and you're kneading it in and everything else. This is a no-knead recipe. It's doing all the kneading for you, and it's not going to rise but just the one time in the pans. So,
And this is for wheat only. This is a wheat.
no, you can
mix.
use wheat, you can use rye, other kinds of grains. As long as it's whole grain, then you can do all kinds of stuff, have fun.
Wow.
And if you get real adventuresome, you can sprout some grains, dry them, and then put it through and have whole, sprouted grain bread. I think there's a thing at Costco I took it with me. But it's a bag about like this, and it's got lentils, sprouted beans, and other kinds of things, maybe brown rice with it too. But they're already sprouted, but they're dry. So you could use that in something like this and still get a good texture, and you'd have a sprouted grain. And the advantage of sprouting is that it keeps the enzymes, and it breaks down I think it's called phytates. I know. Anyway, it's something that makes the beans or lentils less digestible.
Okay.
So when that's sprouted, then you have all the nourishment. It's higher protein. It's higher everything. Good for you. So, any other questions?
Can I go
Recipes?
online for recipes?
You might be able to.
With Mill and Mix.
It's from Brigham City, Utah.
Oh my gosh.
Mill and Mix. And I think I know I have my recipes in my
recipe file, which